Good morning, gardening friends. It's midweek. Actually, it's only Tuesday, but I figure I got to do some cleaning in the garden, and it's time to finally give you kind of a midweek type of thing, a little bit more documentation to what I'm doing. And I had a thought. This new phone with the camera has a time lapse feature, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up. I'm going to try and do some time lapse today. Okay, that's a start. Now what I got to do is I've cleaned out some of the stuff, but there is, if I can pick you up and show you here, I got that one root still sitting in there from one of the agaves. I want to try and extract that, but before I do, I want to try and save what I can of the mulch that's down there. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, is try and extract that sucker. Okay, so I got the roots dug up, and in case you were wondering earlier when I pulled those plants out of there, that's the agave that I cut from further up the wall in the previous weekly update, and just hadn't gotten around. I recorded that on Sunday, but I think I did the work back on like Friday. Here it is Tuesday. Ultimately, I'm going to try and I'm going to have to cut the root a little bit. I'm going to put some rooting compounds, basically some quick start in there, and dig a new hole and stick it in there, and maybe space it a little further back. But the other thing I noticed is there were little shoots coming off of that root, and also it looks like some new shoots coming off of this stuff right here. So basically what I'm planting is another one of these, like that one. But I did notice some of this stuff is starting to pick up. So ultimately I'm going to get that one in, and we'll continue on. Okay, well, strangely enough, this doesn't look a whole lot different than it did when we started. I think the one we pulled out was a lot bigger. I'll let you judge. That's sitting over here now. That's the one we pulled out of there, I think. That, or it's a smaller one, but it was pretty large. The one I just put came from right here, from this area, so it is what it is. We'll see. If it turns out that that's just too big, then we'll pull it out and we'll find another little piece, or we'll just pull it out and leave it alone. And those little buds that were popping up may actually grow into something bigger. The plants look nice. The only downside is when they start really growing, they grow really fast and they get really big. I got a couple in the side yard. Let me show you. Okay, so here's one in the side yard, and if I pan across, these things were not planted all that long ago, and look at how big they've gotten. Really big. So at some point we may have to consider either somehow cutting them way back or just yanking them all together, but I can already see the dead leaves on the bottom that need to be pulled. There's lots of gardening to do around here. There's also this fan palm to figure out, and the purple orchid tree in the foreground. Actually, the purple orchid tree is fine. We've been waiting for it to start growing, and it's finally starting to grow. So maybe we'll get something resembling a trunk by the end of the year, and some more branches. We'll see. But that fan palm used to be more like the one to the right there. It was a lot smaller, and then just suddenly, like it seems like during the pandemic, this thing is just taken off like a shot. So I'm not sure what to do about that. we'll consult with Mom and Dad, the owners of the house, and see what they want to do. We've also got all of the flowers back here, which looks like the flowers have kind of passed, but those have expanded out. That was a project like a year and a half ago. We just bought a few plants, stuck them in there, and now they've spread out and grown. Ever since we cut down the trees on this side of the yard, and we cut them down because they were dying, not because we wanted to clear the area. They were dying. They were a danger to falling into the cul-de-sac here. And yes, that is a house being built next door. But yeah, we cut them down because they were a danger to falling, and they were just dropping needles left and right and just looked really sickly. So we cut them down. The stumps are still in there somewhere, and we started planting stuff, and just the amount of sun that this side of the house gets is amazing, and things are growing beautifully. I'd almost consider moving the vegetable garden out here, except for the house being built next door and some of the stuff that happens over there. There's a ton of dust inside our house. But anyway, that's pretty much, that gives you a midweek update. I've still got a bunch more cleaning to do, and I'll catch you up on the next Sunday update. So for now, this is the Budget Gardener signing off, saying stay safe, folks. Stay at home, do some gardening, and may your thumb be green.